Are you trying to make me look so beautiful?
We don't have enough light for that. Hi guys.
Welcome back.
Coffee chat.
To Deep Talks with Charles and Allie. Or Talk It Up Tuesdays, but it's not Tuesday. Talk It Up Fridays with Charles and Allie.
Fired Up Fridays.
How about,
we don't have a title
how about
for this.
Truth Talks with the Trippies. Or how about...
You're getting lamer and lamer as you keep doing this. You want to tell them what we're talking about this time?
So we're back at it, guys. It is another episode of, we have no title yet to this program. You guys obviously know that once a week we're starting this thing where we want to have a kind of a conversation with you about any type of subject that you're interested in. It could be serious, it could be funny, whatever. We don't care. But if it's something you want to hear our side on or our view on or our whatever, you want to hear about it.
Last week we did mental health and anxiety. And,
yes.
Coping with that. Who knows? Next week it might be, is pineapple pizza really pizza or something like that? It doesn't really matter what it is.
What are we talking about this week? How about
this week? Oh, but anyway, before I move on, tell us in the comments if you have another idea. It could be whatever it is. I'm sure we could talk about it. We were going to talk about how social media, specifically YouTube, and how you can make a living, how we make a living, and how we're able to make a sustainable living for our family.
Yes, through our career of
online.
Social media. Yes, online.
Various social medias.
It is such a unique career choice.
It's just weird.
And they don't teach you how to do it. I mean, there's no, you don't go to
it's
school.
Wild West.
I mean, it's very unique, and you have to be your own boss. And I think that's like where a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into it, because you do have to put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort into it, a lot of thought into it. You have to be creative. Sometimes you have to be more creative than you ever would expect to be.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a lot of time that's dedicated into it. Obviously, you guys knew that Char for years was filming every single day. I can't tell you the countless amount of times that we've had to drive somewhere in the middle of the night to make sure that the vlog could get up before midnight so that he could maintain this,
I remember
world record.
The worst one was in London on tour, walking around downtown London in the middle of the night while I was sprinkling with my computer open trying to steal somebody's Wi-Fi.
It's crazy. One, we're here to prove that you can make this a career and that it is a job where you can make a sustainable living, but we want to talk to you about how we do that. How do we make a living from being online?
First off, the best time to make a YouTube channel is now.
Yes.
Not tomorrow, next week or something like that. Now, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. And right now, people can still do it. And I know a lot of people get discouraged.
If you're interested and you really think you can do it, you can do it.
If you want to do that, don't go in for the money, because your opinions,
You'll fail.
You'll go the wrong direction. Go for it because you want to and you have fun. And that's how I started. In 2005, YouTube was just YouTube. It was a hub for videos that you can host on your website without using bandwidth. And then I noticed that it became a social network. And I noticed that it started turning into one, like you had channels. Channels didn't exist. It was just like your account, and you would upload it and grab the video URL, put it on your website. And I noticed that was happening. And a friend and I were actually making videos when I was in the projectionist in the movie theater.
So your job at that time was you were a projectionist.
I was in college and a projectionist.
Just making videos just for fun. Found out there was this thing called YouTube. We're uploading it on YouTube just for fun. And then what happened?
And then Google bought YouTube for roughly $1.5 billion, which is an astronomical amount of money. No website's ever sold like that. The highest one up besides that was MySpace. And I think that was 600 and something million, which is crazy too. But if you think about now, Google buying that for that amount of money, they got a good deal. That changed. A lot of people were kind of worried, obviously. Big, Daddy Google was coming in. They're gonna ruin it. But what they did is they brought their AdSense program, which they already had for websites, and they integrated it to YouTube. So that way, now the creators, because they recognized that the creators were making the website. Without the creators making these videos for people to watch for free, there was no YouTube. So they incentivized everyone to continue making videos by offering a partner program. And I've done doing this so long, I was like 20 or 30 people, the first 20 or 30 people in the partner program. Ads were like these little square ads at the top of the page, not in the video, but on the page. And they were worth, I want to say nothing, because it's called CPMs, it's cost per thousands. I don't know what the M's for. The amount an ad is worth per 1,000 views. So those were obviously very, very, very minimal. You go on the waybackmachine.com or something like that, you can see. And as a result, the ads and the paychecks were very, very small too. I think my first YouTube paycheck, I got like $3 to $5 or something like that. However, it was a nice little kick in the butt because I was like, wow, there's something to this. So I kept making videos, still had my other job, I was still in college. The more and more I did these videos, the higher and higher the paychecks got. And then I realized, okay, so if I do full-fledged on this and just go balls to the wall, something might happen, maybe not, maybe it'll crash and burn, who knows? But you have sometimes this leap of faith, and I did. I just stopped going to work. I don't think I even quit. I don't think I was fired. I just stopped going to work, and I just did YouTube full-fledged. The website evolved, there was ads getting more involved, the little lower thirds banners that everyone hated at the beginning, hated. It was so crazy. And then the pre-rolls and post-rolls, and then the mid-rolls came in. And now all these things are just kind of like a very natural thing that nobody even pays attention to. So it's a really cool thing because then as a result of all these things, more creators are able to make better videos. They're able to make more videos for everyone to watch for free. That's what's awesome about YouTube.
And it seems like it encouraged more people to get onto the platform.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like they recognized the fact that the creators were the ones that were making the website, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
Obviously, collaborations, promotions, those are very, very important to sustaining a good living in this career that we have. How do we choose the collaborations that we do?
That's a really big question.
How do we choose the collaborations that we do? Do we decline collaborations that are brought to us? How do we negotiate what not only do we get paid, which is very important, but what we put into our social media outlets? So like what we put in the video, how long it is, what we're talking about, all the above.
That was always really tricky because you want to you don't want to alienate your viewers. You want to create something and pick things that you yourself, we've always said this, we only integrate brands or products that we genuinely like or use ourselves. And I feel like that's very important.
I think it's very important.
For the integrity of your channel and your brand.
Yeah, and you don't, and that's something you have to remember. Even though we are very real people and we are very true to ourselves in these vlogs, we still are a brand that we're representing. When it comes to our decision making, when it comes to collaborations, at first, Charles was all about that. I didn't know what to do, how to decide. So.
It was a learning curve because we always considered YouTube as the wild, wild west because it was uncharted. Nobody knew what the hell we were doing. I don't think anyone on YouTube really still knows what the hell they're doing. And if they say they do, they're probably just bullshitting you. When the brand deals started coming in, it kind of changed the game a little bit more because AdSense was always very low because nobody wanted to advertise on the site of cat videos and fail videos. You know what I mean? It took some time for actual companies to come around and be like, all right, we're going to give you good ads. We'll bring higher CPMs. Essentially, while we waited for YouTube to become legitimized in the eyes of the world, like a YouTuber was an actual career. Brands would reach out because a lot of brands were ahead of the game. I know I did one of my first brand deals with a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, Brendan. He worked at a company called Mechanism, which is the first company I ever worked with that actually got the idea and the value of YouTube. When they started bringing that to me, Brendan started bringing more and more brand deals. I was like, all right, what's going on now?
So do you think that he helped brand you, or do you think that was something that you just I took whatever he gave to me?
Well, yeah, at the time, I feel like a lot of YouTubers just take what they can get, which unfortunately I think at the beginning it's good because you're very happy. You're flattered, you're excited. But sometimes people take the wrong thing and they undercut their value. Everyone's got a value on the internet. Whether you believe it or not, everybody has their own brand and everyone has a value. And sometimes people are taken advantage of by brands who try to undercut these people and you guys.
A lot of the brands that we do choose have to do with lifestyle or something that we would do in our home or food or travel. We can benefit from it in more ways than one. Not just the fact that we will be paid, because they're not always paid, but it is something that we actually do utilize and we find that you guys would utilize yourselves.
Right, exactly.
So just to kind of touch base on the fact that not all collaborations are paid, prime example is a big part of our life has been RVing. And a lot of people probably thought, wow, they got all these RVs for free and they got paid to do it. No, we didn't get paid to do it. But what it did for us in more of a financial aspect is that it made you guys
It was
more
like a swap.
interested. Yeah, it was really interesting. So we're representing this brand. We showcased RV and RV living, but it made you guys so interested, and the video became more shareable and more people wanted to watch it. So it actually brought in more viewers. So that was more financially, how do I say this?
It's more
It's more beneficial. To
Yeah,
us.
beneficial, lucrative.
Yeah, lucrative, exactly. So not all collaborations are always paid out cash-wise. They can be more beneficial to us in other aspects.
Right.
So
It just depends on the brand. It also depends on the YouTuber and stuff like that.
exactly.
We try to stray away from like just doing it, like selling out and doing it for the money.
I always hate when people say that because it's, one, you're not selling out. I mean, this is people.
It's
We want people to understand that that is part of the job.
It'd be like you denying your paycheck for the week.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I love that you want to pay me for my job. You keep it. That's not how it works. We obviously make our money off of YouTube, but we also make our money off of Instagram. I make primarily an income off of Instagram, and it's been very, very lucrative for myself as a woman, as a mother. Women tend to benefit more from that side of social media. They even benefit off of Instagram, or I'm sorry, YouTube as well, because I think a lot of brands want to work with women because women buy things.
Yeah,
and that
honestly
sounds
what it is.
like a little sexist, and I don't want it to come off that way.
That's
but
the truth.
It's very, very true. Like
We're telling
when
the
your kid
truth,
wants a
and
toy, Mama, will you go buy that? It's very true, right?
females, mainly females, and then 18 to 34.
Exactly.
Those are like the key demographics. If you can get that direction, brands often love that.
I remember last year I had a promotion that came to me, and it was probably the most money I've ever been offered. Do you remember that one? I was not comfortable with promoting or sharing, and it was an astronomical amount of money, but so it made me uncomfortable. I didn't want to share anything like that. And two, it wasn't part of me as an individual or a brand. Even though it was a ton of money, and it was like I said, a ton of money, we turned it down. So we don't always accept everything. I think a lot of people have that.
You gotta weigh that. It's like,
mistake too.
do you want to sacrifice or like bruise your integrity, or do you want to just get the money? Integrations and collaborations are a huge chunk of most.
How you make your income.
Yeah, so we have AdSense, which is very minuscule. You remember the whole adpocalypse? It's very minuscule, and then you have integrations and things like that, and product integrations, and then you also have various other like little things that kind of trickle in, and those all kind of come together, and that's how the social media community empire was built.
Back in the day, and I'll be really honest, there's probably times where back in the day you could earn 10 times more than what you're earning right now, right?
Right.
And you can't ask for what you earn 10 times, but back in the day.
No, things,
now.
it's a wave.
Yeah,
Things
it's a
change.
way. Things change.
Probably the reason why you're watching this video is probably like, all right, so how do I get this money? How do I get paid? How much do you get paid? What are the what's the bottom line? How do I get millions of dollars like these other YouTubers and all these cars and houses? How do I do that?
First off, that's not important. Remember that.
Yeah, that is not the important reason. I mean, obviously, it's a nice perk of doing something you like, but if your mindset is that, generally, a lot of YouTubers burn out and go away, and they fail, unfortunately, because the motivation is not there. I could say we make a very nice living for the work.
We work really hard.
We work very, very, very hard. We essentially work 24/7.
There's a lot that goes into producing the content that we put out. Especially when it comes to working with brands and with companies. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of changing things. There's a lot of video edits and photo edits. And
revisions.
There's a lot that goes into these collaborations.
Especially when I was doing it every single day for like 10 years, that was a chore. That was a lot of work. I mean, just think about it, like if you're not a YouTuber, you have another job, you go to work every single day, you work your butt off, and at the end of the day, you feel rewarded, and you're rewarded with a paycheck. You're rewarded so you can better your life. You can do things that you want to do. It's the same thing with YouTube as a career and as a job, and I feel like people always want to know how much. I think one of the highest brand deals that I ever received was about 2011, 2012. Views were super high because there was less people on YouTube. That's the other thing, is YouTube is very saturated now. So it's hard to get your voice out there. but it was very minimalized. When we were starting, I was like one of the first couple of vloggers, daily vloggers. It was like Shay, myself, and a couple other people. So that was a whole new territory. So brands were like, oh, what, this is engagement. So I think in 2011 and 2012, I received one of my highest brand deals, which was roughly, I want to say, close to $60,000. That was insane. That was astronomical. The lowest I've ever done was like free product, because sometimes at the end of the day, the free product is something that you were going to buy anyway. You know, so it's like, all right, I was going to buy this, I was going to spend my money on this. However, they're going to give it to me, and I was going to talk about it free anyway. So like, that's awesome. I'll just do it right now. So it just fluctuates. You know, the views kind of help. You know, obviously views were a lot bigger for the CTFxC back then. So I guess what I'm trying to say too, or we're trying to say, is that when you see these brand integrations, not only on our channel, but other channels or Instagram posts and things like that, just realize that a lot of people aren't doing it just for the money. They're doing it because it's their job and they genuinely think that you might enjoy it. So I know a lot of people get annoyed when we might do a product integration or brand deal. Just know that's part of the job, and it's our job to make sure you're still entertained. So I guess the main thing is just realize when you're watching a brand deal in a video that you're watching
maybe
a free.
hear 'em out. Maybe there's it might be something you actually like. Like, do you know how many times I've clicked on a?
I bought so many things from brand deals.
I literally got a nail polish thing. Like, I would never buy nail polish. I'm not a big nail polish person, but I got it because I saw how much she loved it and how well it worked for her, and I love it. Like, it's if you take the time to really hear people out and see what they're representing and what they're promoting, you might realize there is a reason behind it, because it's a good product and it's something you might actually like.
At the end of the day, this is their job. This is our job. This has been my job for 15 years. This is a job for many, 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 many YouTubers. Families. Single. Everybody. It's anyone on YouTube. It's a social media, like even on Instagram. It's the job. It's our job. It's a weird job. It's not traditional. But at the end of the day, all of us are here to make content for you guys. Free content. That's the beauty about YouTube, is everything's for free. It's just that's the things that come with it. And
in order for that to be possible.
In order for that to be possible, in order for YouTube to continue being free, these are the kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The sacrifices, I guess you could say, brief sacrifices that you would have to make to enjoy free content.
So we hope this answered your question about how we make our money doing what we do on YouTube and various social media outlets. And if you guys have other questions, go ahead and ask us down in the comment section below. We definitely want to talk to you more about it. If you guys are interested to see, you know, I don't know, anything about this, because I think it's such a touchy subject, but we don't want it to be a touchy subject. We want it to be something that's...
We're not here to hide things.
Yeah, we're not here to hide anything. We want to help those that are aspiring to do something like this, because I have to tell you something. YouTube and social media outlets can be really harsh on a lot of people, but I also think that they help a lot of people, and it connects a lot of people that have never been connected before. Yeah, and if this is something that can, you know, one, connect you with other people that you may have some type of similarity with, you know, like the amount of people that have reached out to Charles, watching your videos have helped me through so many aspects of my life. Like health reasons and things he loves, and I love that we can still do this every single day and make that connection and help people out, because you're helping us out just as much.
You know, it's not always about money. Sometimes it's just the human connection. I feel like I should end this with, I think one of the greatest quotes or references about YouTube. I think Shay said it was like, "This is the greatest job I never thought I could ever have."
I love that.
And that resonated so much. I was like, wow, that's true. It didn't exist. It exists for you guys now as it does for us, even more for you. We hope us being a little bit more open, kind of hoping to kind of unveil some things, it kind of inspired you to accept how YouTube works and maybe push you to go into that direction of just jumping in and just making videos.
Don't try and be somebody else. When you try and be somebody else and you try and be fake, it doesn't work. You can't keep up with it. It's awful. Yeah. And honestly, brands see that. And companies don't want to work with you when you're being fake or something different. So be true to who you are.
Yes.
When you are uniquely you is when things really work out. They are.
I just wanted to say before the video ends that we really want to say thank you so much for allowing us to make this our job, to continue sharing our life with you guys and connecting with you guys. We are truly forever in your debt, and we just wanted to say thank you so much, and thank you for sharing the videos, and thank you for watching every single day. Just wanted to say honestly, you guys are amazing, and hopefully we'll see you for years to come. I feel like this concludes another week of
Talking with Trips.
Trippy Talks, Talking Trips, Trippy Thoughts. I don't like that. Anyway, we'll see you guys the next video.
Bye, guys.